The Apollo 11 mission that landed the first humans on the moon used less computing power than a modern smartphone. The spacecraft's onboard computer had just 64 kilobytes of memory, but it was enough to guide astronauts safely to the lunar surface and back. The Sun contains 99.86% of the mass in our solar system. It's so massive that about 1.3 million Earths could fit inside it, and its gravity dominates the movement of every planet, moon, and asteroid in the solar system. Without the Sun, our solar system as we know it wouldn't exist. Mars has blue sunsets. Due to the fine dust in its thin atmosphere, sunlight on Mars scatters differently than on Earth, creating blue hues at sunset. This scattering is called Rayleigh scattering, the same process that makes Earth's sky blue, but has an opposite effect during sunsets on the red planet. The Milky Way is home to over 100 billion stars, but it's only one of hundreds of billions of galaxies. The sheer size of our galaxy is staggering. It stretches over 100,000 light-years across, and it takes the Sun about 230 million years to complete one orbit around its center. One of the most mind-blowing theories in space science is that there may be multiple universes. The multiverse theory suggests that our universe could be just one bubble in an infinite sea of other universes, each with its own physical laws. The Earth's core generates heat hotter than the surface of the Sun. While the Sun's surface reaches temperatures of about 5,500 degrees Celsius, Earth's inner core burns at around 6,000 degrees Celsius. This heat plays a crucial role in creating the planet's magnetic field. Jupiter has more moons than any other planet in the solar system, with at least 95 confirmed moons orbiting it. Some of these moons, like Ganymede and Europa, are thought to harbor subsurface oceans that could potentially support life. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, even bigger than the planet Mercury. Astronauts can grow up to 5 centimeters taller in space. Without Earth's gravity compressing their spines, the vertebrae expand, making astronauts slightly taller. However, they return to their normal height once they're back on Earth, as gravity again takes its toll on their bodies. Space is completely silent. Because it's a near-perfect vacuum, sound waves, which require a medium to travel through, cannot propagate. However, astronauts can still communicate through radio waves. The International Space Station travels at a blistering speed of 28,000 kilometers per hour, orbiting Earth once every 90 minutes. This means astronauts aboard the ISS experience 16 sunrises and sunsets every single day. The hottest planet in the solar system isn't the one closest to the Sun. Venus holds that title. Despite being second from the Sun, its thick atmosphere, composed mainly of carbon dioxide, creates a runaway greenhouse effect, keeping surface temperatures over 460 degrees Celsius, much hotter than on Mercury. Saturn's rings are made of billions of particles of ice, dust, and rock. Some particles are as small as grains of sand, while others are as large as mountains. These rings may have formed from the remnants of comets, asteroids, or shattered moons that were torn apart by Saturn's gravity. There's evidence that Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, harbors a liquid ocean beneath its icy crust. Scientists believe that Europa's subsurface ocean could hold more than twice the amount of water found on Earth. Even more exciting is the possibility that this ocean might be heated by hydrothermal vents, creating conditions suitable for life. Pluto was once considered the 9th planet of the solar system, but was reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006. This decision was based on the fact that Pluto does not clear its orbit of other debris, one of the criteria for planetary status. Pluto still orbits the Sun, but it shares its space with many other objects in the Kuiper Belt. If two pieces of metal touch in space, they will fuse together. This process, known as cold welding, happens because there's no oxidized layer of air or moisture on the metal's surface in the vacuum of space. As a result, atoms in the two metals bond seamlessly, which could be a significant challenge in spacecraft design and construction. NASA's Perseverance rover, which landed on Mars in 2021, carries the Ingenuity helicopter, the first aircraft to attempt controlled flight on another planet. Ingenuity has successfully flown 72 times before a rotor blade was irreparably damaged, demonstrating the feasibility of aerial exploration on Mars. You could fit all the planets of the solar system between the Earth and the Moon. The average distance between the Earth and Moon is about 384,400 kilometers, enough to fit all 7 planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, lined up side by side. A full NASA spacesuit costs around $12 million. Most of that cost goes toward the suit's control module and life support systems, which protect astronauts from the extreme temperatures, lack of oxygen, and radiation in space. The suit is a vital component for any mission outside the safety of a spacecraft. The Sun will eventually turn into a red giant. In about 5 billion years, the Sun will expand as it runs out of hydrogen fuel, growing so large that it will engulf the inner planets, including Earth. After shedding its outer layers, it will shrink down into a white dwarf, a fraction of its current size. The Moon is moving away from Earth at a rate of about 3.8 centimeters per year. This gradual shift is due to the gravitational interaction between the Earth and the Moon, which also causes Earth's rotation to slow down slightly over time. As a result, days on Earth are getting longer by about 1.7 milliseconds per century. Neptune, the 8th and farthest planet from the Sun, has the longest year in the solar system. It takes about 165 Earth years for Neptune to complete one orbit around the Sun, meaning that since its discovery in 1846, it has only completed one full orbit. Astronomers estimate that there are over 100 billion planets in the Milky Way galaxy alone, with many of them potentially Earth-like. While we've only confirmed a few thousand exoplanets, it's believed that billions of these planets orbit stars within the habitable zone, where conditions could allow liquid water and possibly life to exist. Saturn's moon, Enceladus, ejects water vapor and ice into space through giant geysers. These plumes, thought to originate from a subsurface ocean beneath its icy crust, are rich in organic compounds, making Enceladus one of the most promising places to search for extraterrestrial life in our solar system. The observable universe is vast, stretching about 93 billion light-years in diameter. But scientists believe the actual size of the universe could be much larger, possibly infinite. Our observations are limited by the speed of light and the expansion of space, meaning there's a lot of the universe we may never see. The longest lunar eclipse lasted 1 hour and 47 minutes. This occurs when the Earth's shadow completely covers the Moon, causing it to take on a reddish hue due to sunlight being filtered through Earth's atmosphere, a phenomenon often called a blood moon.